The time is now. It's back to the rhymes. It's like, wow, he's back to the rhymes. I'm in the booth street dropping dimes. Clark Kent, Daily Plant, the Metropolis Times. I write these raps while I'm under the gun. I see you back to get you some. A little bit of this and a little bit of that. Pure, raw, uncut rap. Back to the rhymes. Now's the time. Time to unwind because back to the rhymes. Back to the rhymes. Now's the time. Time to unwind because back to the rhymes. Oh, what did I do to my light? I had a nice light. I don't know what I did wrong. What? I want to smack my hands like I did on 4th of July. I have yet to recover from that thumb injury. I don't know what I did. So let me stay cool. I'm not upset, but what? Okay. Can we see? I think we can see. You see, I got that. Looks, it kind of blocks my little pipe here. It looks like I'm pounding on my poster. Okay. School Us album sales. That's the album. I need to make an effort. Sorry. But I will say, well, let me come to that. Hold on. I don't like sunsets much. Country song. No news there, I'd say. You will be glorified. I got to see Kelly, my man that helped me for that. I guess it would be years I saw him today. I guess I could say it would be years that I've seen him in person. And shake his hand. It's one of those things where I want to see if I'll see him again or it was just a one time. We had a guest who's part of the congregation, but in the mission field. So she's in an undisclosed location. Now, maybe not so undisclosed nowadays, but her work was pretty undisclosed. So anyhow, maybe that's why I saw him. But if not, maybe I'll catch up to him. Doesn't mean anything will happen with this. My hope, again, I just think about, well, a couple of things. I can say I met today Michael. We came up with a name because I thought he was saying Michael Drama. I have Michael the drama or something. Michael huh? I guess he was saying the drummer. You know, this fellow's from China. And did you say Michael? Oh, the drummer, Michael the drummer. Right on, man. Got to meet him. He's super cool. So so I said, well, how about your Michael the non-drama drummer? And then with Michael the non-drama drummer. So we got that for a little nickname for him. Here's what I thought, and I'll come back to it, but that's a good one right there. Oh man. Lee. I like to hide my little pull. So we got that. And then my man Jofi, he's messing around the piano today. Okay. So what's going on is I think we're talking about writing sheet music or something, because I guess he can play guitar. So like I said, August 25th, I'll be at Nikkei Manor. We'll be having a service, and that'll be my introduction to being kind of a worship leader in terms of helping to direct the songs and being in charge of making sure the songs are done, and that's a blessing. And another blessing is I'm getting help with the cleaning. I'm so thankful. And we got someone that's so excited to help. He's a youngster and just not easy for him to get work. And we got a way to do it. And he's passionate about getting our church clean, but it's just a huge relief for me. I'm not totally trying to get away from it, but I can manage it a little better. Will make this place look better. So it's really a lot of good things happening. Thank God. So let's see what happens there. And I have other hopes. My daughter's school, she just starts seeing people maybe this week. And a couple of those girls definitely can sing. definitely can sing. Very exciting. So let's see about that. So those are some hopeful things on the horizon. YouTube channel, and I'll include. So let's talk about the song I'm making with Alex, so I don't forget. So, like I said, here's what my idea is. So meeting Michael today, and I thought about it because we want to record. I didn't have a direct conversation with Alex. He did say pray for his possibilities, and we can pray for that, but nothing's set in stone. I was going to call one fella, but I wanted to hold off until I find out what Alex had going, and then I still have my other coworker Noah. And what I really think, I do want to take some time to go as far as we can with what we have at our, in our vicinity here. But with me, Michael, and I realized it's like, man, and I have Debbie too, who's from my coworker. Maybe she could help. But you know how you had the box, you could sit on the box and tap out a beat. We can do that if because he said he never recorded, he never, I guess, put beats together on a like a Pro Tools or any of that. So, but he can make beats with the drums. So okay, but how with the box, of course. So man, I thought we could create a beat with his assistance if he's fine with that box. Create the beat, and we should be able to put it down on the Audacity or whatever. So that's kind of my thinking for creating a beat, because I'm a little unsure how to go about that. But man, I'm feeling good about that connection. And like I said, maybe Debbie too. And even if it was a hard thing to get drums, we wouldn't have to get the drums, get that box, and you could create the beat acoustically and then put it on there. Now I think Auron had some kind of thing, it was almost like a drum machine, but we're not going to do that. We're working with acoustic kind of drummers, or just actual drummers right now. So that's that. Man, I had this light. Oh, that's why. Okay. Here, let's bring it back. There we go. Ooh, that's a shine. That's a shine. No. Don't need that shine. I don't like that shine. Oh, wow, that shine's no good. Look at that. Everything I do, it's got a shine. Is that good? Is that better? That's better. I don't know. Can't have that shine, though. Let me try something. Sorry, folks. We're talking YouTube channel right now, and I'm just experimenting. So if that's it's without it. I guess that's better. It's kind of like blinding the thing, but whatever. All right. I think we'll go with that for now. So, and how's this look? Whoa. Okay. So, that's what we got going with this. TikTok still does pretty good. Someone, I guess he followed me, and then he's got a bunch of followers. Like, for me, it's a lot. I mean, he's got like 4,000 something followers, and he doesn't follow that many people. I requested that I follow him on TikTok, so he let me do that. Cool. Maybe I can search around. I forgot to do that. Search around his stuff. By the way, my rhyme of the week was one word: erroneous. So I guess I didn't write much last week, and I don't know how much I'll write this week, because I'm taking on a somewhat heavy lift here, but it's something I'm talking about with Will a lot, and we're just discussing it, and I think it's good to put it out in the music, a song if I can, and that's what I think you'll be able to do that. And I did get something. The Holy Spirit put something in my mind today during church that I think speaks to kind of what's going on, and I think it'll help me work this song out. And nothing that's talked about really on Instagram. I got like my 10 solid people that check out my stuff. Thank you. And I forget to look at Facebook. And then YouTube had a few 30 something. That's what better than nothing. Okay, let me also share. So where I've shared Finding Rabbi Yeshua Part 1 91 times. It has 85 views up till now. And I'm like about 10 days behind on it. So I need to share it 9 more times. If I were to do that, that would break me even. I probably won't, I'll probably lag behind still, but then I'll have a break even. And if you consider how many views are on Finding Rabbi Yeshua Part 2, I get a leg. And then, like I say, around August 31st, I have a strategy session at least for my next item. If I did have the extra time, I would work on DistroKid and put my album on there and have that as an option to share. $22, I can cover that with the proceeds I got for the year, I think. And I think that was something I think I need to work on if time allows. I don't know if it will, but occasionally I'm sitting at home and I got a few minutes, and then it goes away really fast. But there are times in my life I feel like I got a little bit of time, but it usually gets sucked up fast. But that's something I would like to at least go on the website and see if it goes pretty quick. And if I get stuck, maybe ask somebody. Yeah, that's all for that. Nothing for rules of engagement I can think of, even though I'm working on it at work. We got some issues at work again. I made a mistake. I shouldn't even say that. I'm not even supposed to admit to any problems. It's just like, I don't need this stuff, man. I literally, if I could just do my job and not think about it, and then for me to do that, frustrating. I'm just like, okay, can I survive this one? Do I have to threaten leaving? That makes a difference. That's incredibly distracting. I've got a very good route, but I can't be having people threaten my livelihood, threaten my income, all this stuff. We got a union. Very frustrating. And I don't have to promote Concrete Song too hard. He's got a song out there that's pretty strongly against supervisors, okay? Definitely not coming from the Christian perspective, but my goodness, you get frustrated sometimes. I mean, it's ridiculous. Bellevue Ballers, working on that, and I hope I can get with my coach and someone I met on my route to do meetings on a place on my route. That would be huge, because that's gold in our industry, is to have meeting space. You have those community rooms. That's gold. Houses are good. Those community rooms are great. Really great. Parking's okay. We work it out. It's not the greatest neighborhood, but it's in the kind of in between bad area and good area. It's like on the borderline. Merch. Oh, I do got to give you a report on that. I did take some action yesterday. I told you within 3 weeks, I would go by the skate shop. And I saw those guys. I saw somebody. I could tell somebody's out on the porch or something. Looked like they're sitting there. I couldn't figure out who it was, so I went up and talked to him. And it was the guy who keeps calling me Blake. He's calling me on accident. No problem, Blake. He's trying to call the other Jeff. He's talking about Heffa or somebody from Spain. I don't know if that's the same guy, but man, that's cool. So he said, I was like, are the shirts out? They're not out, but they had them priced, ready to be put out. So he was ready to put them out. So it was good. I followed up. But there's some movement, but they hadn't been put out yet. So I don't know yet if people like them. I assume the CDs are out and the stickers are out, but I don't know that either. But anyhow, we'll see how that goes. I'm glad to see something could be happening. All right, so Trump's going to thump. So The big deal is kind of the Democrats have decided to rerun the campaign strategy that got them into the White House in 2020, which is important if you're paying attention because they managed to win running a ghost candidate in 2020. A candidate didn't exist. Now, of course, back then you had war lockdowns. It was kind of more normal to not be out doing meetings, and you're trying to minimize meetings, trying to minimize exposure. Okay, but that's just not the case now. But that's what they're going to do with Harris, apparently. They're going to hide her out like they hid Joe out. And they recognize they would have obviously done that with Joe again, except he couldn't do it. He was just too far gone. He didn't need to be all the way there. And it's pretty certain that in 2020, he probably wasn't all the way there. But because they could hide him, he didn't have to be all the way there. But with Harris, they're going to do that because there's a totally unproven candidate as far as success. By the way, I got to say, so I was thinking about this. Trump separated himself from the pack of all Republicans. If you go back to the 2016 nomination process, he had a following, no question. But what I think really lifted him way up and totally put him in the crosshairs of every deep state person ever was how he really took on the Bushes like nobody's business. Nobody did that. No way. And this guy is so bold. And you'd say, 9/11 questionable, and there's no weapons of mass destruction coming from a Republican or a Republican candidate. And back then they're trying to say, are you even going to run as a Republican and all that? It's a non-issue now. But so that was the takedown of the Bushes. Now, the best takedown we've seen of Harris was with Tulsi Gabbard. And now you can go back and watch those clips. I'm pretty sure that might have been the end of her campaign, that debate where she just totally took her out. I could be wrong, but that's the playbook. And also J.D. Vance is really good. I guess you could say stumping for Trump. You don't hear that phrase too much, and it actually rhymes, but he's really good. You can't really get him. He's really good, and that's probably why Trump picked him, is because he can take all the questions and he can support, be a good support person, but not. I don't know. I mean, he's still kind of new. Everyone kind of liked Pence back in the day, but we could find out, we could actually retrace his roots. I don't know Vance's roots, but he's never been in Washington. I don't know. Was he in Washington? Was he connected to somebody? I haven't heard any of those things. But anyhow, he's really, really good. Really good at his positions, and he doesn't. They can't get him. They can't get him, and I can see why he's there. Complete songs I made lyrics for on YouTube. Yeah, we'll see. But again, we'll make progress on the song with Alex, and that's the focus. So I think that's it for current events. So I don't know if you heard, but I think I-5. So this is the most notorious overpass, or couple overpasses, or part of I-5 in, I don't know if you go up and down I-5 for sure in the Seattle area, Washington State. I don't know how it is in Portland. You got that Denny and you got Bourne that go over I-5, and you've had protests shut down that area. That lady got killed there protesting. Some clown on drugs or something, mental issues, single-handedly, from what I can tell, shut down I-5 for up to 5 hours at one direction or something, because he had what? He was dropping his fish tank onto I-5. He dropped a pole. The police tried to come at him, but he had a knife. Oh, but the knife, not enough. I got a pitchfork. And 5 hours? Seriously? To get one guy? Can someone explain that? Can someone explain how it takes 5 hours? Is it because he threatened to jump? I mean, if you got to shut down I-5, how long would it take? And let me just figure this out. You're going to shut down I-5. Great. Bring a genie lift. All right, jump. You know, you ever see those jump, the fire department, they have that thing you jump onto like a trampoline. It's you got to jump out of a burning building. Go ahead, jump. Do it. We got you. 5 hours. How long does it take? One guy. No, I mean, his only arms are a knife and a pitchfork. He's insane. This can't be. So, you know, for me, and I don't know, I'm sure I'm more passionate about this than 99% of the people that just either don't care or whatever, gave up or something. I just think this doesn't make sense. So to me, for me, I have one of two choices, and the Bellevue Ballers is the solution for me to get some time to deal with this stuff, because I just can't sit by and watch it happen. But I have to keep paying my bills, which is the case for most people. Virtually everybody, actually. You're either going to say, enough's enough, and you move to a place like Texas where this doesn't happen, or you work on fixing it. This is not acceptable. I would take it upon myself to at least know more. Educate me how one guy can cause that many problems, you know. It's just unbelievable. So, man, if I could talk to so many police officers just to explain that one to me. What am I not understanding? So, okay, I'm going to get back to the rhymes. The song's called Erroneous. And I'm going to do my best. I hope this might take a while. And bear with me. Might be multiple episodes. I want to do a good job. Let me set the stage for what occurred to me, like I said, at church today. So, erroneous means mistaken. Here's what we got. We're putting out the videos, but here's what's going on. And I think if I can, I will read to you what I believe from the Word of God. I hope I remember that. What I believe is keeping, and this is without, because like I said, Will's going to talk about Jewish commentaries. This is without Jewish commentaries. And I might say to him, hey, if I was going to get one Jewish commentary, what should I get? Or I don't know. Maybe I need to get the whole series. I don't know. But here's where for me, what I think could be the starting point for the situation, why the Jewish people can't embrace Christianity and Jesus as the Messiah. And it's this. You shall have no other gods before me. And that is the first commandment. You know, worship no other gods but me, right? You shall have no other gods before me. So, why, from what I understand from what Will's saying, and I got the concordance here, and I'm probably do a little research and try to write. I better write something so I at least have a rhyme of the week. I'm going to come up with something. So there's a little pressure there. It's under the gun. And there's scales over their eyes. I don't know. That's not scales over their eyes, though. And I'm going to have to ask Will that. Hey, Will, this isn't scales over their eyes. They can't even recognize them. Their eyes are open, but they're not seeing. Because, again, and we go through Scripture, how many warnings, how many problems are caused when the Jewish people marry foreign women, or they start worshiping foreign gods, right? Over and over and over. So that's a theme. If you're an observant Jew, you're disciplined and obedient, the last thing you need to be doing is worshiping a foreign god. And included in that is a Christian God with the Jesus in this Romanized, as Will points out. So that it's like it struck me today. I'm like, that's it. Warning after warning after warning. No following foreign gods. That's a foreign god. You cannot do that. You can't. So the case needs to be made. No, that's not a foreign god. And you need to show him, not by giving them this, like Will saying, this Romanized version. You need to show the authentic Yeshua, so they can, you know, that's actually, following the Ten Commandments. You're following that true legitimate God, right, and the Messiah that He sent. So that's it. To me, that's the whole story. I don't really, what else needs to be said. So I'm going to write connected to that. But, and again, I'm going to be talking to him throughout the weeks about this. But that just makes a ton of sense. Now, again, we can go into Acts and we can figure out, Paul says, all right, the Jewish people aren't interested. I'm going to go off to the Gentiles and focus my ministry on the Gentiles. That's fine. But we would have to say he never presented Yeshua as this European style figure. He would have been a Jew, a Jew, and he'd been presented as such. And he was reimagined, reconstructed by, years later. We can go into the history, or we can talk about it. We don't really have to. We just have to figure out, okay, so that's fine. And again, we're having these discussions in our Torah study. What if someone wants to go minister to people out in the middle of, that's great. But you're not, okay, so here's my thinking. It's like, all right, if that's on your heart and that's what you want to do, you can do that. And that's, of course, not rooted, but I don't want to put it down. But the return's not, that doesn't hasten the return of the Lord. That's disobedient. These are how I think about it. I want to be obedient. But if that's the best you can do it. If you feel called to do it, I guess you're going to do it, right? So what can I say about that? But also, when this is like kind of like the starting point for people, they really want to learn, they can come all the way through and find out the authentic Yeshua. He's there for them if they want to, if they're able to get connected to the right people. So let me say erroneous, and we got Aaronic, the Aaronic blessing, but I guess I'm not prepared enough to write on that. So let me just start out by saying, this a heavy lift. With a heavy heart, I got to know what this means. Gist. Oh, no, I don't get. With a heavy heart, jest. No jest. I think it's not gist. I'm kind of messing around here. Okay, hold on. See if I can pull this off. Thankfully, there's not a lot of J words. Something said or done to provoke amusement or laughter. A frolicsome attitude or mood. Okay. With a heavy heart, no jest. Just hoping y'all can digest what I'm saying. I'll just say and suspend the rest. Okay, I think that puts us at the end of Back to the Rhyme. See you next time.